Hi, I'm Rich and welcome to Rich Hybrid Mix YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about my studio. I'm just going to take you on a little guided tour on what music gear that I use to do my recordings and my mixes. I don't do that much recording anymore the way I used to. I mean, I do a fair amount, but not nearly what I used to, but I'm doing more mixing and more mastering music for myself and also for the clients that I have. But I just want to give you a little tour guide of this, basically a corner of my basement that I am using for my studio and the various pieces of gear that I'm currently using. I do have other gear like guitar and basses and all that, but I won't be showing you that in this video. This is going to be part one of my ultimate music studio tour 2026. So let's just get started. We're going to start, well, before we start, just want to say aesthetically things aren't that great looking. But I'm not really worrying about that right now. What I am concerned more about is having the gear that I need, and I'm also still experimenting on a few things, setups that I'm working on and workflows that I'm working on to ultimately get it the way I want. So over time, you'll see some things that are aesthetically pleasing over time. And you're probably wondering, hey, where's your chair for your studio? Well, I gave that to my son, so I'm going to order me another studio chair so that I can be able to sit down and do my work. But I gave it to my son. He wanted the chair, and you know, I'm a sucker. He's my middle son. I love him, and so I gave it to him. But enough of that. Let's begin to talk about the music gear that is in the studio. So we're just going to start here and kind of work our way around. First of all, we're going to show you a couple microphones that I use more than anything. I have more microphones, but I don't use them as much. But the first microphone that you see right here is the Avantone Pro CV12. And this is a great microphone. From what I understand, Taylor Swift swears by this microphone as far as usage on her songs, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a tube microphone, very warm, very musically sounding, and can capture vocals, male vocals, female vocals. Just a wonderful, warm microphone. The tonal quality in this microphone is great. I use it, and it is just a staple in my studio for recording vocals. The next microphone that I use, and we're going to come around here, is my trusty Lawton Audio LA320. And this is definitely my workhorse right here. This particular another tube microphone, workhorse. Love this microphone. Just use it on everything. Works very, very well on vocals. Works very, very well on female or male vocals. And when I was looking at microphones and I wanted to upgrade from some of the cheaper microphones that I used to use, these were the two microphones that I spent a little bit of money for. These were, at the time when I bought them, they were really out of my range, but I wanted better quality microphones, and I'm glad that I spent the money on these two microphones because they are my workhorses. I trust them with vocals and recording in my studio, and they're just great microphones. So if you're looking for a microphone that won't break the bank, anywhere between your $500, $600 and something range, they may be cheaper now than the time that I bought them. So you might could get them probably cheaper than that, but I would definitely spend the money to upgrade if I'm using any cheaper microphones. and you will not be disappointed by these two microphones. Next, we are going to go over here to my trusty Korg Chrome digital music workstation. This is another workhorse that I use to do my music, and this thing is awesome. It is so awesome. I mean, it really is. It's just, you can do anything on it. You can record up to 16 tracks on it. It has all kinds of drum samples, all kinds of drums, all kinds of synth sounds, bass sounds, any type of sounds that you can. And you can also create your own sounds using this. And so this is another trusty workhorse of mine. Love it. Digital, touchscreen, digital touchscreen, music workstation. I mean, I don't even necessarily have to even record on my DAW. I can record, you know, pretty much all the sounds, drums, bass, everything on this, and then transfer it over to my DAW if I wanted to. But this is definitely a trusty piece of equipment I'll never get rid of. Of course, it's beginning to be a little older than some of the newer models of music workstations, but that's okay. Love it. Just a trusty piece of gear, and never going to get rid of it. It's reliable. Never had no problems with it. Never broke down. Never malfunctioned. Reliable. Going to continue to use it. Over here is my trusty Fender Mustang 3. And this is a wonderful guitar amp. It's a modeling amp, and it has a lot of different types of sounds. It has compression on it, gate, a lot of, you know, reverb, delay. Just a wonderful modeling amp. It's a solid state amp, and you know, I love using it, and it has gotten me through some really good times, and I still use it today. Love it, never get rid of it, and just a wonderful piece of gear. Reliable, never broke down on me, and I'm just going to continue to keep using it. That's my foot pedal for the Korg Chrome music workstation. I have no idea why I have it on this guitar amp, but we'll leave it at that. Then we have a little cheap microphone stand with a pop filter. I got some XLR cables running down, and some other cables over there. I don't know why those cables are there, but they're there. But this is my cheap, inexpensive guitar stand. I am going to get something way more expensive and way more stable and just way more stronger than this cheap one. I had a couple more, and I think I gave them away. I'm sorry that I did, but that's just the way it goes. You know, when you love people, you just want to just help them out, and that's who I am. I love people, and when I see that they're trying to do music and things of that sort, I do everything I can to help them out. Sorry for all these pipes and cords and stuff like that, but I'm in my basement. This is where my studio is, and aesthetically it doesn't look pleasing, but that's just the way it is. Okay, let's take a look at some of my gear right here that I have. On this rack right here, I have my trusty Art Pro VLA, which is this one right here. So my Art Pro VLA, and I primarily use that for mixed bus processing. Occasionally I use it for serial processing for vocals. it is a very, very good piece of gear, very underrated piece of gear. And I don't know why some people kind of crap on it sometimes, but I just think it's a wonderful piece of gear. I mean, you know, you have your, you can use it in mono, dual mono, or you can use it in stereo. You can link them and use them in stereo, and it's just a wonderful optical compressor. And I use it for mixing, I use it for mastering. It's very clean, very transparent, and it just works. It hasn't given me no problems, so I just continue to use it, love it, not going to get rid of it, and I'm going to keep it. Under that is the Art Solo VLA. It is the baby brother of, sorry for the shadow as it gets dark. I'm going to have to get some better lighting in here, but the Solo VLA is the baby brother of the Pro VLA. And what sets this one apart from its big brother is that the ratio on the Solo VLA goes to about, I believe, 1.25, whereas I hope you can see it, the ratio 1.25, and the ratio on the Art Pro VLA is 2.1. That's the lowest. So on the baby brother, the Solo VLA, the ratio goes to about 1.25. And what makes them different is that one is a mono unit, the other one is a dual mono or stereo unit. And this one has a blend knob. The Solo VLA has a blend knob. And like I said, sorry for the shadow. It has a blend knob right here. Has a blend knob, and that is used for parallel compression. So you can have it dry, or you can have it completely wet, or a little bit of in between, the way you like it. So that's what's nice about the Art Solo VLA. It also has a FET circuit in there as well, so you can get a more faster attack and release. Not like an 1176 FET type compressor, but just a FET circuit, which allows it to operate very, very fast, because it is an optical compressor. But with that FET circuit in there, it allows it to kind of grab down on those transients a little bit faster. Also has a bypass switch, a true bypass switch. And it also has a gain reduction control or button that allows you to be able to see the gain reduction in compression or the actual output gain. And of course your master output button, which is nice. Next under that is the PreSonus ACP88, and this is a 8-channel compressor gate limiter. Now, it's nothing special about this unit. It really isn't nothing special about this unit. I think what makes this unit special is that each channel has a sidechain detector for the gate and a sidechain detector for the compressor. And so that makes it very, very unique. There are a lot of compressors out there that do not have sidechain capabilities. Even some high-end compressors, some of them don't have sidechain capabilities, but this thing just does its job. That's why I like it. I love it. It just works. It really just works. It does one thing very, very well, and that's control the dynamic range of a signal. And of course you have soft knee and hard knee capabilities. You have automatic attack and release times with the auto button. And then you can also link two compressors together to give you bus compression. So very, very nice unit. Never going to get rid of it. Works and just love it. Next, we're going to go down here. As you can see, this is my 500 series Bento 8 Pro pure analog, and this is a 8-slot channel 500 series power supply or chassis case. And there are some areas that are open because I had some stuff there that I took out or that I was no longer using or got rid of. But here we have the Friedenstein Artistic Comp SC, and this is a FET compressor. It is Friedenstein's proprietary design. It is not a 1176 style compressor, but it kind of acts like a 1176, kind of operates like 1176, but it's not 1176 style compressor at all. And it's a real nice piece of gear. What I like about it the most is that it has right here a wet and a dry capability on this button right here. So it's like a blend knob, for parallel compression. You can either have it completely dry or you can have it completely wet. And of course it has sidechain capability on it as well. And if you wanted to, you could link two of these modules together to get bus compression on it as well. So it's really, really, really nice compressor. For the money, it rivals expensive pieces of gear. Really, really like it. Next, we have the Lindell Audio PEX 500. Sorry about that. I'm trying to keep this steady. I do apologize. And I have two of these. These is by Lindell Audio, and it's their 500 series Pultec style equalizers or EQs. And what can I say? They work. They are awesome. I love them. Sonically, they sound good. And I'm kind of using this Bento Pro or Bento 8 Pro pure analog chassis case. The goal is I'm going to be using this for mixed bus processing. So 9 times out of 10, this Friedenstein Artistic Comp SC is going to come out, and I'm going to put more modules in there for mixed bus processing. But that's why I got a pair of these PEX. Sorry for my talking. I need to work on that. Apologize. I have a pair of these PEX 500 Lindell Audio Pultec style EQs for mixed bus processing. So they work, they sound good, they do what a Pultec is supposed to do, and sonically they are great. And for the money, woo, you can't beat it. These rival big boy Pultec style EQs as far as like sonic and quality. Next, we have the Herc CS566 500 series module channel strips. Now, these are channel strips, okay? The Herc CS566 are channel strips. They do not have preamps on them, so you would have to drive the signal, using the input knob on there. Now, these Herc CS566, they are awesome. These are very underrated pieces of gear. These things are so underrated. I don't know if the company is still in business, but I'm glad I picked up a pair of these. They didn't cost that much, and so they have a input knob, they have a full VCA compressor, they have a solid state drive for harmonics and saturation, and a 4-band EQ. They call it the Blue EQ, 4-band EQ, and a output transformer, and for more saturation and harmonics. And nice piece of gear. You know, if you can buy one, I don't think the company is still in business. But if you can get a pair of these or either one, you can't go wrong. Now, I use these primarily for mixed bus processing. So when you want to get that SSL glue type compression, you can get it on these. Now, it's not going to be as good as if you had a SSL style G bus compressor, but they come very, very close, and they are really, 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 really good. So I really am enjoying these modules. So these are the Herc CS566 channel strips. They do not have a preamp, so you need to have something that drives the signal in there, or use a preamp before you drive the signal in there, or you have to have a line level signal driving it through these modules. Next on the bottom, we have my trusty patch bays. And sorry for the way this is holding this camera. I'm trying to hold it steady. These are my patch bays that I use for to patch in my effects and dynamics processor and EQs and all that type stuff. So I have 3 of the Behringer Ultra Patch Pro patch bays. I am going to get one XLR patch bay. Next, you see the DBX 266XL 2-channel compressor. Very, very nice. Never going to get rid of that. And then under that is the DBX Project 1 266 compressor gate. Both of these are basically compressors with gates on them. Not going to get rid of those because they, you know, DBX compressors are great. They do the job, and if you have some, you need to hold on to them. Next under that is the 11s rack. What can I say about that? Everybody knows what the 11s rack can do. Basically a guitar processor, but also has a preamp on it, and there's also an audio interface. And what can I say? It sounds great. Never getting rid of that. Going to continue to use that for my guitars, as well as my Fender Mustang 3. Now, if we can, we are going to go over here. Just going to, before we look at the mixer, we're going to look at the speakers that I use. Now, I have a pair of these Pyle. These are loudspeakers or whatever. I use them as a reference just to hear the mid-range sometimes. They're very kind of crappy loudspeakers, but I like the sound that comes out of them when I'm mixing or referencing something, because I can truly hear how something sounds when I'm allowing the music to come out of those. So I kind of like them, you know. I mean, that's just, some people think, well, why would you use something like that? I mean, I just like using them. You know, they give me a reference for certain things, and so I just like using them. For studio monitors, I use the these are the JBLs, and these are the JBL's LSR 305s, and they are great. I love them. They are great. And these are the ones that are on the top of the ones that are on the bottom. Now on the bottom, these are the Wharfedales, and I bought these off a friend of mine's, and the mid-range sounds great coming through these things. I mean, they are great. I've never really heard of this company, but for some reason, the mid-range comes through these speakers so clear and awesome. And I just enjoy using them. So these are my studio monitors, the JBL's LSR 305s, and these Wharfedales. I don't know what model number they are, but they are awesome. Next, we are going to talk about this wonderful central piece of my studio, and this is the Allen & Heath GL2400 40 channel mixing console. And I talked about this console in my first video, why I use a analog mixer in my studio, and just love it. It is the centerpiece of my studio, and the routing capabilities gives me a lot of flexibility to do a lot of things that I wouldn't be able to do elsewise, if you want to say that. So the Allen & Heath GL2400 40 channel 4 bus mixing console. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Now headphones. I got some more headphones somewhere, don't know where they are, but right now I am using these Audio Technicas, and these are the, I believe, ATH M20Xs, and I just use them. You know, for me, headphones are headphones. You know, a lot of people make a big pet peeve about headphones. I normally don't. I mean, if they sound pretty halfway good, halfway decent, you know, I'll use them. And if they sound crappy, I won't. But I don't get too deep into headphones. It's just no controversy there for me concerning headphones. So that's what I'm using. I have another pair somewhere, but I'll find them sooner or later. Under the bottom here, like I said, this looks kind of tacky aesthetically. It doesn't look great. But under the bottom here, this is what I use for audio interfaces. I have 2 Saffire Pro 40s, and then I have a Behringer Ultra Gain ADA 8200. And these are relatively old by standards today, but they are stable. They haven't given me any problems, and sonically they sound great. There's a debate about conversion and sound and all that. I'm not getting into all that. They sound good to me. My clients don't have no problems, and I don't get into all that. That's a debate for other people on YouTube or forums or wherever, but this is what I'm using. And I use these primarily for playing back 24 channels or more combined coming out of the outputs of the audio interfaces right here into the inputs of the mixer. But I use the patch bay over here as a intermediary or go-between between the audio interfaces and the mixer up here. And we'll talk about that in another video about how I actually have this set up. But basically this is what I'm doing. I'm basically using the DAW as a tape machine, using 24 tracks, using the outputs on the audio interfaces and running them into the mixer, and using the patch bay for other types of processing so that I can do my mixes. And so this is what I'm using for audio interfaces, is the Saffire Pro 40s, 2 of those, and the Behringer ADA 8200 and what am I using for automation? Well, here's my trusty fader port. This is the PreSonus Fader Port 8, and I primarily use this for automation. I mean, I use it for other things too as well, but I got it really for automation, and I love it. It's not too big, not too small. It doesn't get in the way. I have plenty of space on the desk to do what I got to do. And I use it a lot. So there's my trusty PreSonus. Sorry, coming back. The video did stop, but this is what I use as far as for animation and some other things with the DAW. It's my trusty PreSonus Faderport 8 production controller. So, love that. Let's go over here, look at some more gear. Up at the top here we have the Samsung SCOM 4-channel compressor gate, and it's a really nice 4-channel compressor. Also have the Rhodes RPQ 160B, and that is the EQ. Has low shelf, high shelf, and it also has this is an actual nice unit. This right here is actually a nice unit, and the reason why it's a nice unit is because it is a fully full band EQ. It's a fully full band parametric EQ, and it has overlapping bands, which makes it really nice. Some EQs don't have overlapping bands. You know, you'll get a semi parametric EQ and then you're limited, but with this you can really go in with precision. If you're trying to use, if you need precision, this works because all the bands have cues on them, and you can narrow the cue or widen the cues with these buttons right here. You can widen or narrow the cues for precision. So the Rhodes RPQ 160B, full band, fully parametric EQ. Next we have is this is the studio channel, and this is the PreSonus studio channel. Really nice. Had this for quite a while. Has a preamplifier section, a compressor section, and an equalizer section. And what I like about this is you can put the EQ before the compressor or the compressor before the EQ. And it also has a tube drive for saturation, so if you want some harmonics or some saturation in your signal, you have the tube drive right here that will allow you to be able to do that. So a very good piece of gear. And what can I say about multi-effects processor? Lexicon MX200. Can't go wrong with Lexicon. Has great effects in there, has great delays. Love it. Also, this is the TC Electronic, and I believe this is the M300. Sorry about that. I'm trying to keep this camera stable, and I'm not the best at this, so forgive me. Still learning how to get this done, but bear with me. Very nice multi-effects processor. The TC Electronic M300. Very nice piece of gear. Sorry about that once again with this camera. Under that is you have a basic outlet switch to plug in your gear. This is the Pyle PCO 850. I have another one over there on the other rack too as well. Under that is the Drummer Dual Audio DL241 compressor, which is really nice. And what can I say about Drummer? I believe they're a German brand, and they make very good pieces of gear. Love Drummer. This is an awesome compressor. I use it for everything. Vocals, drums, they sound good on everything. Bass, guitar, acoustic guitar, they sound good on everything. Next under that is the Lindell Audio Lin 76, and this is a FET compressor. This is a 1176 style compressor. awesome. Didn't cost that much, and rivals the big boys. Works very, very well. Use this for everything. Works well with everything. Very transparent, very fast attack and release times. Just awesome. You know, rivals, you know, the big boys, even Universal Audio. Anybody want to challenge me on that? You can challenge me. You want to say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been in a very controlled environment where this was used against big name FET compressors. Universal Audio, Purple Audio Autumn, and the Lindell Lin 76 held its own. Trust me. Now the one on the bottom was the Clark & Technic. This is the 76 KT limiting amplifier. A lot of people hate on these, but if you get a good one, now there has been some bad ones, I'm not gonna lie, but if you can get a good one, I got a good one. This is a good one, and it works really, really well. I'm not gonna say that I use it on every source, but on different sources, it works. It works. So you just have to get a good one. There have been some ones that were produced and weren't good, and that's nothing to say bad about Clark & Technic. I don't know if there's a quality control issue there, but if you get a good one, you're okay. And of course, under that is the power supply for the Allen & Heath GL 2400 40 channel mixer. Oh, and I almost forgot. Got my little light there. I'm going to get some more lighting, but just forgive me. I'm learning how to do this as I go. And here is my 40 channel Vizio television that I use for when I'm running Pro Tools or Logic or Studio One or Reaper or whatever. Very, very good. I need something big. I mean, I can use something smaller, but for me, my eyes, I need something really, really big. And so this 40-inch Vizio television works very, very well for what I want to do. Of course, you have trusty keyboard and mouse, and we have the remote controls for the TV and the lighting up there. And what am I using for a computer? Well, under the bottom here, you see from top to bottom is a hard drive. Under that is a DVD drive for Mac. And the black one, this is a Mac Mini. I'm sorry. Let's go back up. Camera wasn't on right. Apologize for that. This is what I use for computers. Up top is the trusty hard drive. Under that is a DVD drive. And then under the DVD drive is my Mac Mini 2018. And under that is a Mac Mini 2014. And I use the 2018 more than I use the 2014. But I do use them both. And they work very, very well to do what I need to do as far as computer processing. And that's what I have my Pro Tools on. And so, just wanted to give you a little studio tour. I'm not very, very good at this quite yet, so please forgive me. So I just wanted to give you a little trusty tour of the pieces of equipment that I use to do my work. Now I have more equipment and I'm still getting everything set up, but I want you guys to go on this journey with me. If you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications when a new video hits. Also, give a comment. Love comments so I can have feedback. It helps the channel. And continue to support me as I go on this journey. Come with me on this journey as I show you how I got things set up. In the next video, I'm going to start showing you how I got things set up and how I do my recordings and mixes and so forth. So I want to thank everybody for coming with me on this studio tour as we see every piece of equipment. Again, just going around so you can see what we have. And we appreciate everybody that is supporting the channel. We are starting to get views, so we appreciate that. Thank you so much. And like I said, again, I'm not that good at doing this quite yet, but just bear with me. And so thank you everybody for watching the video, and continue to support this channel and learn as much as you can, because you will learn. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. This is Rich at Rich Hybrid Mix YouTube channel, and I'll see you at the next video.